Hey, welcome, DMac SMaK. Tribute to Loni Anderson, who passes away, I think, at age 79. That's sad. I'll get to more about the wonderful show WKRP in Cincinnati and Loni Anderson in just a little bit. We'll have all sorts of Broncos stuff going on here today. We have some, yeah. One of the more remarkable minor league events of all time, which is pretty funny. And Jordan Beck with magical words to get thrown out of a baseball game. First up, it's August 4th. This is my parents' 57th wedding anniversary. And that is just, geez, do I have that right? Mom and Dad, am I right on that? Maybe you can put it in the comments. But wish my parents happy anniversary, 57 years. Come on now, sick. It's ridiculous. 57 years of marriage. Gosh, I think I got that right. They didn't mess around then. That means they got married in 1968, and I was born in 1969. No fuss, no muss. Let's go, baby. Then they had another kid a year later. They were not screwing around. Well, technically, I guess they were screwing around. But I love you, Mom and Dad. And 57 years, you found each other. You love each other. You are the greatest gift to each other. And I love you very much. So happy anniversary. Keep that in mind, everybody. William, good morning to you. Good morning, Dominic. Good morning. Good morning. Or whenever you're watching this. Because, happy anniversary. Right. Happy anniversary indeed. Okay, let's get to it here today. And we start with the Broncos over the weekend. And, how about the deal for our guy, Zach Allen? Sean Payton saw it coming.
I don't really stay in tune to the exactness of it, but I knew we had gotten closer. And 2 days ago, I said to him, it appears the ships can see each other on the horizon. And then I asked him, how long is the horizon? And his answer bothered me. He said 20 miles. It's 8 miles. And but yeah, and it's a credit to both sides. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. He's excited, and I think the players genuinely are excited for him when they see that something like that happens. So that's a good thing for the Broncos.
Not that Zach wasn't happy with the deal. Of course he was, but he did have to Google some things because he wasn't happy with the analogy.
I did Google it, and it did say on a cruise ship, at like the high point of a cruise ship, it can be 20. So it depends on the ship. But no, I mean, there's conversations, and it's a business, but it never got like contentious. And I think that was the cool thing, was just the way that everybody handled it. It never felt like, people are trying to screw it. Like, and I said the word in the beginning, trust. It was.
Yeah, it was great how things went when you were talking about what could be contentious, but it just wasn't.
From day one, when this whole process started, being here, it was really, this is my happy place. The guys on this team are awesome. Everybody from the teammates to the staff to the front office, the way we handled this, it was awesome. And
you got to respect using the Happy Gilmore reference too. So trust is a real thing.
I think the most important thing that we have to have as a program is trust. And the players have to trust in our training room, in our coaching staff, in our game plan, and trust in why we're doing a 9-on-7 drill instead of not being in pads. And we can show them why. And so you can't BS that stuff. And
yeah, he's right about that. And they've earned that trust. So as contentious as things have been in Dallas, that is just not the case here with the Denver Broncos. Saturday's last thing about Zach. You look at Zach Allen and you think things might have come easy for him, but he teaches a little bit of a lesson in the fact that it's not always an easy road. And oftentimes you think things are going to fail. So after being injured his rookie year. He thought he was getting cut his second
year when it's kind of, you got to grow up. And I remember first Rams game of that season, probably about like week 10 or 11, played the worst game of my life. And I was in the parking lot, and I was talking to Charlie Bullen, one of our coaches, like, I'm going to get cut. Like, and I came home, told my fiance Molly, I was like, you know what, I got a finance degree, like, we're going to move back east, and I guess I'm going to be working in an office. It was, we tried it. But, again, it's a testament to, everybody in my life that's kind of, helped me get here. And, you just got to, just be gritty and just take it day by day. It's never over. And then, it's crazy to think we're here. It still kind of hasn't even hit me a little bit yet, probably.
Have you heard from?
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Congratulations to Zach Allen, who is now set for life and set to be a Bronco for the rest of his career. I'll tell you about the practice itself on Saturday, and tribute to Loni Anderson here in just a little bit. In terms of training camp, hot weather this week. We'll get to all the details. First, we want to thank our great friends at Journey Spice. This QR code is magic. It sends you to the land of Journey Spice at Amazon.com, where you can save 10% just using the code 10 Nuggets. Non-GMO, no salt, no sugar, just absolute deliciousness on every kind of meal you can imagine. We don't go anywhere without our Journey Spice, and we don't cook any food without using Journey Spice. We love Journey Spice, and you will too. If you haven't tried it, you're missing out. Do yourself a favor. Go get yourself some Journey Spice, and all you have to do is click on that QR code. More about my great friends Journey Spice in just a little bit. Love you, Journey Spice. Flavor in, plastic out. Smart packaging for the earth. Practice on Saturday was a little bit underwhelming, unfortunately. It was a very, very controlled scrimmage. And Sean Payton talked about how back in the day, this used to be an all-out, tackle to the ground and move the ball, and we wouldn't know what the situations were. Well, that was not the case on Saturday. It really wasn't a move the ball. They did everything, but it was like 6 plays from here, 6 plays from there. We moved into the red zone. We did some goal line. And it was kind of a mixed bag of everything. Pat Surtain got a pick off Bo Nix, but Bo Nix threw a touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton. I'm not even paying attention, frankly, guys, to the second team of anything. The Broncos' first team is so well established at this point. It really only matters what they're doing, aside from if there's any injuries. And speaking of injuries, Alex Singleton was back out there, but he had a small little, I don't know, it just like a brace almost on his thumb. He wasn't clubbed up, and he wasn't participating in contact, although he was going through drills and stretching and all that. So he's getting his conditioning in at least. Dre Greenlaw was not even in pads, but he was out on the field, and he's got some bruises that he's dealing with. Meanwhile, large brace on Q Robinson, and I hope for the best for that young man. Didn't look great on Saturday, watching him sort of limp around. Listen, the truth is, when it comes to Q Robinson, he's a rookie. We'll see what happens. When it comes to Dre Greenlaw, there's not a whole lot of reason to play Dre Greenlaw, who's in unbelievable shape, in any of the preseason action. Zero. You have, a little bit more than a month until the first game of the season against Tennessee. If that's the first time we see Dre Greenlaw on the field and pads playing football, it's fine by me. No rush. And there's no revenge tour in preseason going back to the Niners. At least I don't think so. But that is what they'll do. There's a practice today, Monday. Tuesday, they have a walkthrough with the team on Wednesday. No Muggles in attendance. Then they get on a plane for Santa Clara. Joint practice on Thursday. A individual team walkthrough, not with the Niners, by themselves on Friday. Their own practice out there. And then the game on Saturday. And they'll rinse and repeat that for the Cardinals, except here in Colorado next week. And then they wrap up preseason with the meaningless game against the Saints. So that is your schedule. But there's not a lot of open camp days left for the fans. Only 4 days. 4 days of open camp left for the fans. So get it while you can get it. And this week, Monday, Tuesday, we won't see the Broncos back at camp for another week from tomorrow. So if you want to see your heroes sort of practice, then this would be the day. Not sure if they'll go in pads or not. Again, their more serious practice comes on Thursday this week. And that practice tends to be a little bit more important even than the game, because at least all the first stringers will be participating in the practice, those that are healthy enough to do so. And I can't say that's the truth for the game. So the big moment for the Broncos, and I thought the big moment was going to be Saturday, and it was okay. It was all right. Troy Franklin dropped a touchdown pass from Bo Nix. RJ Harvey looks really good and solid as your number one guy, and Dobbins is your number two guy. It was a good day for the defense, but they didn't dominate everything, not like the reporting had been for the past few practices. It was a more evenly balanced sort of deal. So there you go. Your Broncos relatively in good shape. I'll be surprised if Dre Greenlaw plays 10 games as a Bronco. Cooked. Joel, I hope not. And the early reports are good, but yeah, I understand where the injury concerns are. Just that. They are injury concerns. All right, let's turn to your Rockies, who had a pretty remarkable weekend. And so the 17-16 game was crazy that they played on Friday night. Absolutely insane. Down 9-0 in the first. They come back and win on a walk-off home run by Brenton Doyle. They were down. I mean, they weren't just down by 9 runs. They kind of came back, and then they're down by 5 runs, and they're scoring runs in the 9th inning, and it's 33 combined runs on a million hits, a walk-off home run. Just absolute insanity on Friday night. Really, really cool. The next day, they're down 4-0 off the jump, and they come back and they win that game. So yesterday, they were down 8-1. They were down 8-1. They were down by 7 runs, but it was a little bit later in the game. And they hit back-to-back home runs, which was a crazy. And Jordan Beck got the final. It's back-to-back to Beck, to be specific. So I'm trying to think. It was Moniak. Let me see what the lineup was. It was definitely Moniak. Gosh, who got the second one? I want to say it was Estrada, but I think I'm wrong. Hold on, I'm checking. It was, Goodman. That's right, on a high fastball. Hunter Goodman, Moniak, Hunter Goodman, Jordan Beck. Okay. So, based on the other couple of games that had gone on with the Pirates, who suck on the road, by the way, 17-39, you're just like, this could happen. This could happen. And then Jordan Beck gets thrown out of the game for a ball that I'm so sick of umpires when we don't need them. Get the challenge system in here. And because not only was it not a strike to Beck, but then because there's no appeal system, he says something to the umpire, and one of your best players was 2 for 4 on the day, including a home run, gets thrown out of the game. And I got nothing against Brenton Doyle, who went in for him. I mean, Brenton was the hero the other day, but I mean, let's not be in that situation. And anything was possible based off what they were doing this weekend. And they got to get to 42 wins. They're 30-81 now. They lost 9-5. Beck was asked about what magical words he said.
I disagreed with the call, and then I told him that I disagreed with it, and he threw me out.
Did you use magic language?
I'm sure there was magic language involved, but honestly, I wouldn't say that I got my money's worth there. So.
The problem that the Rockies have, and these 12 wins are going to be fascinating to see if they can get them. I mean, there's loads of games left, but you're facing the Blue Jays for a 3-game homestand. Winning one against the Blue Jays would be a heck of an accomplishment. The Blue Jays are the top team in the AL East at 65-40, 65-48. But they're only 4-6 in their last 10. They just lost their last game. How about the fact the Yankees just got swept by the Marlins, who the Rockies swept? The Yankees, for the first time in franchise history, got swept by the Marlins. You enjoying all your Rockies players? But no, the Blue Jays are obviously a really good team. They are 27-29 away from Toronto, so they're a little bit less than on the road. They're plus 16 in their run differential. The Rockies are a staggering minus 277 in run differential. And the Rockies need to somehow figure out how to win 12 games or they're going to go down as the worst team ever in Major League Baseball history. The issue is, they put Tolia to AAA. Halverson's on the 15-day IL with elbow issues. Like, there's a lot of young players that are going to have to step up. And that is just simply not going to happen. Blaylock yesterday was not great. I mean, he battled Bradley Blaylock. But I mean, it's 5 2/3, 6 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts while giving up 2 home runs. I mean, he hung in there, and anything was possible based on the fact that the Rockies have made all these crazy comebacks. But it just really wasn't good enough. Rolson wasn't really good either. It just was, It was a very meh sort of appearance for Rockies pitching. Never mind the fact they gave up 16 runs on Friday. They won, which was bananas. But here is Warren Schaefer about Blaylock.
Like he did in Cleveland. Just in 2-out walks. He didn't look himself today. His stuff wasn't as crisp. And then the killer mentality with 2 outs, I think it could be better. But, he did, to his credit, he buckled down and gave us some much-needed innings after a tough start.
Yeah, that's true. But what's costing the Rockies games and runs and opportunities are just mental mistakes.
I mean, I expect nothing less. That's what they do. I mean, today, listen, there was just too many mental errors on our part that led to us not being able to come back. Those are the things that we need to clean up from today. 2-out walks, infield in, not going to the plate. Yankees coming off second base on a double. There's just Tovey calling timeout twice. It's just unforced errors where when you have a bunch of them in one game, they add up. It's not the main reason we lost, but we got to clean that up.
Hey, to follow up, what did you see?
All right, and we'll get to that follow-up here in a second. This is what I like about Warren Schaefer. This is what I like about him. He's not making excuses. He's not just saying that's baseball. He's pointing out specific reasons that they can be better that really have nothing to do with your lack of ability. You're a major league player. You should know better. And yeah, they did win the series, but he's still holding them accountable after what he views obviously as a disappointing loss because of mental mistakes.
The mental errors or miscues. I assume you would include Yankees' throw to third that allowed the runner to take second with 2 outs.
Yeah, that's stuff we talk about all the time. I mean, there's a fine balance there because Yankees has a hose, right? So, yeah, no, I know, but it could be the third out. It could be the third out at third. There's a fine line. It's something that you definitely have to watch video on and see if it's the right play. Yeah, I'm not gonna crush him for that one. The only thing is maybe the throw lower so that we can have a chance to cut to second base there if there's an option. Yeah, but these are things like I said. I know this isn't a question, but I mean these mental mistakes that happen today, young players. These are things where we need to learn from and just not do them again. That's all, and that's part of this process with a young team. And I have full confidence that they'll do that.
You have an update on Seth Halverson?
There's more and more moments where I think maybe he is the guy. I mean, I'm feeling nervous about it because the tradition of hiring from within and basically a brand of Nepo baseball, both organizationally and with players and managers, has been not great. But there are definite moments of Warren Schaefer that I really, really like. And those are some of them right there. He's been far better than Bud Black. And I think he is more in touch with the younger players. And there's more young players to come, which is actually a good thing. So buckle up, Buttercup. They need 12 wins. They've got 30. They're 30 and 81. 51 games left to try to get 12 wins. Damn. It's going to be a heck of a ride if you just look at those parameters. And one great thing about the Rockies, and I've been saying it all year, they don't give up. They really don't. They don't play great all the time, but they really seriously don't give up. And they are a fun team. They're becoming one of my favorite bad Rockies teams to root for. I like this team way better than last year's team or 2 years ago. I connect with these guys so much better than in the past couple of years. So say what you want, but becoming the worst team of all time, there's no guarantee that's going to necessitate or generate the type of change that everybody's screaming about. So for me, I don't want the team that I like to be the worst team of all time. And I like this team. I do. I like this team. And because I like this team, I don't want to see them losing. Pretty simple.
I've said this before. I like this team.
As for me, I like the stock.
Okay. The Rockies on Friday night are the first team in Major League history, this is something kind of good, to give up 15-plus runs in a game, give up 9-plus runs in an inning, face a 9-plus run deficit, and still win the game. First team in Major League Baseball history to face those sort of odds and come through, which is good. And Warming Burnable, what a name, is the second Rockies player in the modern era. Oh, I'm sorry. Second player, not just Rockies player. Second player in the modern era to have 14-plus hits and 8-plus extra base hits through 7 career games, joining Mitchell Page in 1977. There are good things with this team if you look for them. And magic language. Get rid of the umpires. Jordan Beck shouldn't have been thrown out of that game. Just stupid. All right, we have a moment of zen for you. Plus, I'll get to some more of your comments here in a little bit. And my tribute to Loni Anderson coming up.
There's a world of flavor out there. And to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Make sure you use this QR code. Flavor in, plastic out. There you go. Hit me up, Journey Spice. I love you. Loni Anderson passes away at age 79. Had a long-term disease, and I'm sorry to hear that news. Loni Anderson, for me, was just one of those va-va-va-voom sort of ladies. But on WKRP in Cincinnati, and thanks to my pal Mark for the throwback shirt. I'll wear this today in tribute to Loni. She played a blonde bimbo secretary, except even though she looked like your typical blonde bimbo, her role in the TV show was she didn't take any shit. She didn't get any coffee. She didn't take dictation. I'm not exactly sure what Jennifer did at the reception desk at WKRP. She was Mr. Carlson, his assistant. And if you remember the story arc, which is kind of fun, at WKRP, which was an AM radio station, she became Arlene because Arlene, the relationship doctor, passed out or maybe dropped dead, which is a dark turn when she was about to do love and sex advice. So she was the relationship advice sex guru on the radio for callers. Like there was a call-in show. So the radio station would have Dr. Johnny Fever in mornings playing outrageous rock and roll. Then I'm just going to assume the program director, Andy Travis, I assume he just did middays. And I'm not sure what he played, but he had a very country vibe. So there's a distinct possibility that they went from rock to country, and they apparently had no afternoon show whatsoever because Venus Flytrap would come on at night playing like R&B and slow jams. I have no idea who did afternoon drive at WKRP. I don't know if they ever answer that question. Got me. And they had Les Nessman, who was their news guy because they did a lot of news updates, and he did like a farm and sow and pig report. So he would just jump on doing these random news reports throughout the course of the day. They had one salesman, Herb Tarlick, and they had a promotion assistant or promotion director, Bailey. And between Bailey and Jennifer, Loni Anderson, they were the Marianne and Ginger of the radio station. One just like, phew, va, 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 boom. Another kind of sneaky, like she's pretty good looking too over there. Although she dresses a little bit nerdy and, but take those glasses off, Bailey. Let's see what we got. It's kind of like that. That was the TV show. And then they had Mr. Carlson, Gordon Jump, who would later be, I think he was like the refrigerator guy sold refrigerators later on. But Mr. Carlson, Gordon Jump was the boss. And that was WKRP in Cincinnati, which is probably most famous for throwing turkeys out of a helicopter, which I, as a radio guy, did multiple times growing up. The turkeys out of the helicopter stunt in tribute to WKRP. I was inspired by doing that on radio by WBCN, the station that I grew up wanting to be. So the station that I wanted to be on and inspire me, Charles Lacordaire on WBCN, one of the big stunts that stands out to me is a tribute turkey drop around Thanksgiving, just like they did on WKRP. So my link in getting into radio was very strong back in the day. I loved WKRP in Cincinnati. And Loni Anderson really stood out for a bunch of reasons. And she wasn't a blonde bimbo, even though she had a, beautiful body and just gorgeous, obviously. But she actually played a very strong, independent woman and made the guys look like, kind of idiots like they were. So good for Loni Anderson creating that awesome character on one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Plus, she was married to Burt Reynolds, and she was on like the Love Boat like 1,000 times. It's Loni Anderson, like seriously one of the more unforgettable actresses of my youth. So I'm sad. I'm sorry to see that. So tribute to you, Loni Anderson, and tribute to WKRP in Cincinnati. All right, time for your moment of Zen before we get out of here. And the Portland Pilots or Pirates or Portland something or other. Anyways, they're like a single A team. I think they are a pro league team, but everybody's trying to have more fun, like in the Savannah Banana sort of way. Well, they have this promotion where they have a fan come out of the stands to take an at bat. This might be the most improbable moment in the history of minor league baseball stunts. Here we go.
Lucky fan that gets to take an at bat tonight, Dixie. We appreciate the heck out of you. So Dixie for Jamie McGraw, question mark? Wow. If he makes it that far, the 2-2.
He looks good just in his approach. Like, that's a good stance. He's loaded right. I mean, actually, he looks pretty legit right here. And then this happens.
Payoff pitch. High fly ball. Left center field. Are you kidding me? 4 letters, 1 word. Gone.
Unbelievable.
I'm standing here watching the replay
That's
because
awesome.
I still can't effing believe that happened.
That is awesome. Portland Pickles. Yeah, that looks more like that's not even a single A team. That's more like college summer or something like that. Maybe it's an independent league, but that's not even single A. But hey, that's a fun promotion, man. And the kid hits a tank. That is not easy to do. That is really hard to do. So the kid obviously has some pretty serious baseball experience to be able to pull that off. That's not lucky. I mean, that's a swing that's honed from thousands and thousands of swings. But to be pulled out of the stands and to put a swing on the ball and deliver like that is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So there is your moment of zen. Crazy. All right. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Out of training camp today. Make sure you like and subscribe. We have a lot of people that watch that don't necessarily subscribe. It helps us liking and subscribing. It really does. It helps the algorithm. It helps this, helps that, whatever. Make sure you visit my friends at Journey Spice at Amazon.com and save 10% using the code 10Nuggets. That really helps too. Without sponsors, without support, we would not be able to do these little internet shows.
Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen.
On from noon to 3. Back at it tonight at 8:30 with Mike Sanford for training camp recap. So we got you covered. And on Fox 31 today with my guys, Mick Miller, Aaron Anderson, Amanda, Dave, all my pals at Fox 31. And so you get plenty of your boy DMac today. There you go. And happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. Happy anniversary. We'll see you.